Lily Mai here, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. I'm not very good at introductions, and let's get going. I'm very tired, so I'm forever tired. Anyway, I will have to rely on all of you, or I will need your help. Let's click this one. I'm still weak, but that will not stop me from training every day until we face Mother. I hope I'm not asking for too much, but I hope you all fight with me to protect our kingdom together. You don't even need to ask us that, he said. Oh, it's so weird to see him in his adult form now. Looks really nice. It goes without saying that we'll help you in any way that we can. I second that. We'll all be here for you. I smiled. Oh, she's smiling. Sorry, it's so weird to see her actually smiling in the portrait of her in the corner. So this is what it feels like to be trusted and needed. Feels good. And everyone is smiling. Oh, I love it so much. It'll be hard, but we will stop Mother. Together, we must stand a chance against her. Hildeer is strong, but not invulnerable. Oh gosh, she's literally got to murder her own mother now. I also love the shade of Dolores' dress, really nice purple. And the design, I like the gold on one side, running vertically. Parfait looks at me, brows furrowed. You know what we must do to stop Hildeer, Princess? Yes. I look into Parfait's eyes with determination. I do. Oh, this has got to be so tough for her. And the background of the forest is so beautiful. I love the details in the grass and the lighting on the trees and stuff like that. Later that same day, I resumed my training with Walt while Parfait and Delora tried to come up with a plan. Jurian and Garland returned to the town to listen for any information regarding Mother and Alcester, or any happenings in the palace. I forced myself to focus only on learning how to use my magic as fast as I can. Today, Walt is continuing his lessons on barriers. He has been teaching me the same spells for the past week, emphasizing my protection. Let's review the types of barriers I've been trying to teach you. Do you remember them? One shields you from harm while the other deflects a spell back at the caster. Powerful spells cannot be deflected. That's why you need to be able to tell which spells can be reflected and which cannot. Otherwise, you'll end up using the wrong barrier. Ooh, that could be dangerous. A single mistake will cost you your life. So how do I know which barrier I must use? Allow me to demonstrate. You've seen me cast my spells many times, so you should be able to tell the difference between them. Ah, it's so fun. But for now, let's think of it as another game. Just take a guess. Who knows, you might actually give me the right answer. I'll give you a nice little treat if you do. What kind of treat? A treat? He always did like treating me in town. Oh, is it another doll? It's special this time. Is it a kiss? I wonder if this is just like those other sweets he's treated me to before. Walt snapped his fingers and a glimmering but faint purple light appears around him. It is faded at first, but slowly becomes brighter as he moves his hands. Usually the effects of Walt's magic are immediate, but this spell is taking longer to cast. Is it stronger magic? I remember Walt's telling me before that it takes a lot of energy to cast a strong barrier. Does that apply to offensive spells as well? Question time! What kind of barrier should you use? Let's go for shield. The slow casting time makes this seem like a powerful spell, and powerful spells cannot be deflected. Surely this is the right answer. Is that your final answer? I don't know. Did I get it wrong? My confidence is thwarted by sudden indecision. He says, in the midst of battle, you won't have the luxury of time to think about your decision. I look at him and nod. It should be the right answer. Ooh, that is correct. Now prepare your shield. Yeah, so cool. I have never shielded myself from a powerful spell. What if my barrier breaks? Trust in yourself, he said. I do as instructed and stretch out my hands to cast a barrier to shield myself. So cool! Here I go. My hands shake as Walt's spell collides with my barrier. I plant my feet to hold myself upright. Such a strong spell. When the light dissipates, I look up hesitantly before smiling triumphantly when I see that my barrier is still in one piece. I did it! Oh, she's so much happier now that she, has people around her that care for her and isn't so cold. She smiles so much more now. Well done, little star. I eye the barrier again. My heart sinks when I notice new cracks in its surface. My barrier. Don't fret, he said. Even the strongest barrier will obtain cracks after being hit by a powerful spell. That is when you set up your next barrier. Your opponent will usually make the mistake of assuming you have the same shield up and attack you with a weaker spell to try to break it. You can be ready for them with a new barrier. I nod. I'm impressed at how fast a learner you are. Oh, I like this new music. It's really pretty. I love piano pieces. It just flows so beautifully. And she's smiling again. Oh, I have a good teacher. I just think you're a good student. Oh, stop it, both of you. So, when will you teach me an offensive spell? I don't think you need to learn this quite yet. But why? I want to learn it. The witches we're up against will probably stick to offensive, which means protecting yourself will be even more vital than trying to attack them. I told everyone that I would fight, and I meant it. If I need to hurt someone to save someone, I'll do it. I look him in the eyes, my gaze unwavering. I still need to learn, even if it is just one offensive spell, Waltz. What if I need to help you? I cannot do that by just conjuring barriers. I will not lose anyone else's time, Waltz. I look up at Waltz. My heart aches at the sight of his frown. I do not want to lose you either. That is why I need to be as strong as possible. I want to be able to protect you. Aww. Waltz makes his way over to me in just a few strides and pulls me into his arms. Oh, he's so beautiful. I will do what I can to save you from a repeat of what happened last time, he said. But you won't lose me. Oh, he's so sweet. Waltz pulls back and looks at me, his expression warm and gentle. Here is your treat, as promised. Huh? Waltz bends down to place his lips over mine in a soft kiss. And a little blush. Oh. It is a short-lived kiss, but it is still enough to make me breathless. You're all ready, he said. Oh, this is so romantic. That was your special treat? Disappointed? I quickly pressed my cheek to his chest to keep him from seeing my tinted cheeks. No. Let's call it a day. We need to rest. Teach me an offensive spell first. He said we've been practicing since morning, and it will be dark soon. You already know that overusing a magic will take a toll on your body. especially when you're still getting accustomed to it. I shake my head at Waltz, determined. Using my magic before did wear me out, but now I can handle more. What kind of bearer would I be if I couldn't handle this much? Please, I'm begging you, Waltz. He eventually sighs and rubs the back of his neck. Okay, but just one spell. We're back into the serious music again. Thank you. And she's smiling yet again. She's so much happier now than she used to be. He steps away from me. Aww. What I will teach you is a lightning spell. It is not for the faint-hearted. It will inflict excruciating pain on your enemies and also potentially paralyze them. Oh goody! I nod as Waltz continues his explanation. Though I try my best to conjure the electricity, I have only managed sparks at the end of the day. Well, you must start somewhere, after all. I collapse onto my bed. I can feel the exhaustion lying over me like a blanket. I can barely move my arms after trying the lightning spell over and over again. I need to learn that spell as soon as possible. I yawn and then close my eyes. Sleep comes easy that night. It's another dream. You said. That voice. Oh, he's toying with me. Come back to me, my sweet princess. No. You have no choice in this, little one. You will come back to me, whether you like it or not. I will be waiting for you. It must be so to say no to her mother like that. I sit up in my bed, my heart pounding loudly in my chest and in my ears. A dream? I wipe unexpected beads of sweat from my forehead as I calm myself with steady breaths. No, I will never go back to you, Mother. Oh, how you've changed. I end up waking up later than usual, a result of yesterday. When I step inside the reception room, I see Jurian and Garland speaking with Parfait, Laura and Waltz. There's a definite solemnity to the air. They all turn to look at me as I approach. Did something happen? Princess, the palace made an announcement today. Uh-oh. They are issuing a higher bounty on your head for murder and treason? What? It was very strange. What with the fact that they hadn't even bothered to look for you since that day? Something must have happened that forced them to act suddenly. Dolores soon gathers everyone in the room to discuss Jurian and Garland's discovery. The only one who is not here is Anise, who is in town buying ingredients for the Martins' meals. But Lucette doesn't kill anyone. Isn't there some way to convince them? Oh, she's such a sweet girl. Sweet and very naive. Alcaster's in power now, and the people favour him. Now that everyone remembers who I am, they are once again frightened of me. Oh, no one would listen to you. They haven't seen how much you've changed. If only they could understand it was that easy, then they might be more sympathetic. I look at Emmeline in surprise and find myself smiling at her. Thank you for your kind words. I turn to everyone once again and frown. Once again, I'm the one putting everyone in danger, and I'm so sorry. If any one of them gets hurt, I'll never forgive myself. Walt takes my hands and squeezes it. The simple gesture does wonders to calm my nerves. It must be wonderful to have him by your side, like a pillar of strength. And don't be too hard on yourself, he said. We've told you already. We want to help you. We're in this together. He must be so happy now his curse is broken. I'm just just wondering, is she still dressed in royal clothes? He's right. I'm not sure if there is much Rod, Emmeline or I could do, but we will definitely support you until the end. Oh. Before I might have cringed at the words, but now Ophelia has nothing to gain from pretending. Still a shadow of her old self lingering there, I see. Mother is right. We're a family, and we will not abandon you. Ophelia and Emmeline are both smiling at me warmly. Even Rod seems to have a ghost of a smile on his face. Thank you. I apologize for bringing this up, Karma, but is it possible for you to ask for reinforcements from Brigantia? Brigantia? It's one of our neighbouring kingdoms. We have never had close ties, mostly because Brigantia's king tends to stay away from our personal and political affairs. They've always refused to engage in any sort of violent affairs. We all look at Karma, who stands there looking sullen. After a few moments, he lets out an exasperated sigh. You want me to ask the king of Brigantia for help? I remember Karma mentioning before that he was part of a noble family, but I did not expect him to be from Brigantia. What is he doing here? How can he possibly ask for help from a king? The king does not participate in battles or skirmishes. It seems unlikely that he would provide support. He wouldn't provide assistance. Not even if his own son asked him. Son? You mean? Karma crossed his arms and sighed. Well, I suppose there's no use hiding it anymore. Yes, I'm the son of King Clemete of Brigantia. Judging from the sudden quiet in the room, it seems that only Parfait, Delora, Waltz, and the knights were the only ones that knew. You're the lost prince? The lost prince? Gennaro told me that the King Clemente's oldest son had disappeared just a year ago. There were circumstances. My family never knew that I had the fairy tale curse. I was forced to leave my kingdom so that I could come here to break my curse. Came to Angel to break his curse? His eyes wander slowly to me, but then he focuses once more on the conversation. To answer your question though, no, I do not believe my father would send help. He hasn't heard from me since I left a year ago, and you would most likely think of me as some kind of imposter unless I showed up at the kingdom's doorstep. Even then, we would have too many questions, and we would never get the help we were seeking in time. Seems you really can't rely on them for help. We all turned to stare at Anise. Oh dear. The fine Lady Anise has suddenly appeared in the marching. What magic is this? I actually just came back. I'm sorry for startling you all, but I found this and I had to bring it back. Her smile fades as she pulls out a flyer for us to see. An announcement? From the look of it, 4 days from now, Alcaster will make a speech about the changes that are happening to Anjou. Changes? That doesn't sound very promising. It means bad news. It may be worthwhile taking a look. This might give us some insight into what's happening at the palace. But maybe it's a trap. Hildia is still in hiding. It seems very likely she could be involved in all of this somehow. They could be plotting something special for that day. Garland and I can go to the event then. We'll make sure not to stand out. Oh dear, I'm coming too, says Lucette. Lucette, I need to know what is happening. I cannot hide forever, Waltz. I will go, and I do not need anyone's permission to do so. Well, I guess you're technically the next queen after all. Delora, don't encourage her. We both know how stubborn she is. She won't stay put even if we command her to. Ain't that the truth? Delora looks at me and winks. So mischievous. Parfait lets out a heavy sigh. Walter Carmen will accompany her then. Walter Carmen will accompany her then. Waltz nods. Carmen looks somewhat startled, but eventually nods as well. So until that day comes, we will need to prepare for the worst case scenario. Ooh. I have been practicing my magic non-stop since the day we heard of Algas's speech. How long have I been playing? Would this be a good place to pause? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to check how this video has turned out and be right back. Bye for now.